What's up everyone, back for another beer review, and today I'll be reviewing a beer from the Jackie O's Pub and Brewery, and they're out of Athens, Ohio, and this is their Vanilla Coffee Bourbon Barrel Dark Apparition, and this is the 2023 release. So they're calling this one an Imperial Stout aged in bourbon barrels and conditioned on vanilla and coffee beans. It comes in at 13.2% alcohol by volume. No IBUs listed in time of review. This bottle is just over 9 months old, and I picked this one up at Red Wine and Brew in Mentor, Ohio on a recent day trip to Ohio. Was towards the end of 2023. So in the description box, I'll post a link to the beer haul video I did that contains all the goodies I picked up on said trip. I picked up 4 different Jackie O's barrel-aged beers. This is the first of the 4 that I am reviewing. I'm super excited because this is the first Jackie O's beer I'm reviewing on the channel, which is insane to me because I've been drinking Jackie O's stuff since 2014, so almost 10 years. However, I started the channel in early 2018, and since then, I think I made like one trip that either went to Ohio or went through Ohio up until recently, so I didn't pick up any stuff from them in recent memory. However, I have a bunch of stuff from them in the cellar from 2014, 15, and 16. Maybe I'll review those later on in the year, at least some of them. But I wanted to grab 4 relatively fresh barrel-aged beers from them because to me, they're one of the best breweries when it comes to barrel-aged beers in general. And this is the first one I'm reviewing because it is the oldest and I'm really excited about it. So, full disclosure, I've had the base Dark Apparition, which is Imperial Stout, delicious. I've had the Bourbon Barrel Aged Dark Apparition, which was also delicious. I do like the base a little bit better than the barrel aged version. However, I've never had this one, so I picked it up. I think they do some other, barrel aged variants, and this is pretty simple. It's Imperial Stout, Imperial Stout that is aged in bourbon barrels with coffee and vanilla. Here we are. Anyway, let's crack this one open and get in the glass, see what we got going on here. So if you ever go through Mentor, Ohio, stop at Red Wine and Brew. Absolutely fantastic selection. You can pretty much get singles of anything you want. And yeah, awesome. So we'll give it a pour here. Doesn't look as thick and viscous as I remember this beer being. And by this beer, I mean like the barrel-aged version. We'll do something like that. But it doesn't necessarily mean anything. Doesn't mean anything. Does not. Got a little bit of here. Okay, so wanted to leave some room to get my nose in there. But yeah, holy fuck. So in the glass, it's pitch black. Hold it up to the light, it's pitch black. A little bit of like a root beer kind of tinge here at the bottom. Has about 3/4 of a finger of this really super dense but creamy, like dark brown colored head. Alcohol sheets everywhere, not legs, but sheets. Yeah, it's just staining the glass. Like it's funny, like when I did the swirl, it has like a dip here where you can see the sheets of alcohol. But that looks like a beautiful, beautiful barrel-aged beer. Let's get a nose. So I picked this one up because I love coffee and vanilla. Like I love that combination, especially in beers, especially in dark beers, barrel-aged Imperial Stouts, yes. And in the nose, it's just dynamite. I get the barrel. There's oak, a little bit of like a bourbon, like a sweeter bourbon. But then I get that coffee. There's a nice like firm coffee roast. Even over 9 months old, like the coffee is still prevalent in the nose. And then the vanilla, both from the barrel itself and the actual vanilla that's in here, kind of starts giving me a little bit of I would say like a cold brew coffee or even like an iced coffee with like a shot of vanilla in it. There's a nice roasty, toasty kind of chocolate quality to the base beer. Touch of dark fruits. Yeah, I'd say like, figs, dates, plums. Yeah, that's what I would say. Touch of brown sugar and molasses. Even a touch of like a leather component. It's very cohesive in the nose. It's well integrated, the barrel and then the adjuncts with the base beer. It smells boozy. It's 13.2%, so I kind of anticipated that, but it's not over the top. Like, yeah, I mean, for 13.2, it's fine. It just smells like a big beer in general. Let's get into it. Cheers, everyone. That's fucking delicious. Wow. Wow. Jesus Christ. That's really good. I'm glad I picked the vanilla coffee variant. As I said, I love that combination. And it is spot on in this fucking glass. In this beer, it is working so well, that flavor combination. All right, let's go body mouthfeel before I start just fucking sitting here not saying anything, just going, wow. Oh, like Owen Wilson, oh, wow. Body's a bit thin. Get that right out of the way, a bit thin. This is lower side, a full body, maybe approaching medium full. It's a barrel-aged beer, so that happens a lot. It's very rare for me to say this is a full-bodied beer when it's barrel-aged. No matter the ABV, it could be 9%, could be fucking 16%. A lot of times the barrel just thins it out to a degree in which you can't get to that level again, where maybe the base beer was thick and chewy and oily and slick and everything, and then you taste it after being in a barrel and you're like, it's a little bit thin. It is. This is like lower to medium full body, so a little bit thin. The mouthfeel has a nice mild to moderate carbonation, maybe more approaching moderate, but it does have a smoothness to it, a little bit of a creamy sensation. So mouthfeel's nice, body thin. Taste, wonderful. Up front, roasty, almost, I was gonna say almost charred malt, but I don't think so. It's more a deep roasted malt quality. Then there's brown sugar, molasses, caramel, toffee. All that hits me right at the forefront. Little bit of underlying dark fruits. In the nose, dark fruits were way more substantial. In the taste, dialed down a bit. And it's more like a black cherry and a plum more so than anything. I said dates and figs in the nose, definitely not. Maybe a little bit of dried fruit, like a dried like apricot. So it's definitely fruity, but again, it's underlying. Right after that, firm chocolate, like a sweeter dark chocolate. Really works well. And then the mocha hits because you get that dark chocolate, or at least I get the dark chocolate, and then the coffee sneaks in and it has like I'd say like a medium roast coffee, and it gives me mocha vibes. It's beautiful. But then the vanilla hits, both from the vanilla in the beer itself that they condition it on, but also from the oak, and it's a pronounced vanilla. So it's almost like you had a mocha, right? Like a mocha, coffee, and someone put like a pump of like vanilla in there. It's pretty wild. It's nice. And on the finish, I get like vanillins. There is, like I'd say a slight oak tannin kind of dryness. Get a little bit of the bourbon. It's a little bit lost in the taste. It's more oak heavy and like more barrel heavy than it is the actual spirit. A little bit of a sweet bourbon on the finish. But this finish is semi full on dry with a mild to moderate bitterness. It's not like super balanced because this is a rich, decadent, sweeter kind of beer. It's just not over the top. Like this isn't like pastry stout where you drink 3 or 4 ounces and you're done because it's cloying and you're just like, no, done, moving on to something else. No, I'm gonna drink the rest of this and enjoy every second. What really works for me is the finish. Everything intertwines. It's that mocha with the vanilla, with a little bit of the barrel, and then even like just that flavor profile on the finish is what kind of wins me over. 13.2%, huge warming into the chest. Nothing really on the palate, although I could tell it's barrel aged in a bigger beer. There is no astringency, there's no ethanol where like in the nose you're like, ooh yeah, no. 13.2% hides it well on the palate. Definitely can feel it in the chest though. That's fucking delicious beer. End of story. Delicious beer. First Jackie O review on the channel. Not the first beer I've ever had from them. And this is the best within the series I've had. Granted, I've only had 3, including this. I think the base is better than the bourbon barrel aged version, but I think this is better than both. This is fucking wild. I'm happy I picked up the vanilla coffee one. And I have 3 other beers from them, relatively fresh beers from them that I'll be drinking this year. Can't wait to get into them. I'm going to pour the rest of this in. You know why? Why the fuck not? Drinking the rest of it. If I already drank I'm fucking already hammered. I already drank a decent amount of this, so I'm getting every little last drop too. Sit here for 20 minutes and fucking shake this clean. Let's take one more sip, and then I'm gonna lock in a rating. Yeah, it's fucking... Outside of the body being thin, which I think is the biggest detriment to this beer, and maybe not... Like, the mouthfeel is really nice, but it's not amazing, but the body is a little lackluster. Outside of that, and the fact that maybe I want a little bit more bourbon, like, it's fucking amazing. So, a vanilla coffee, bourbon barrel, a dark apparition from Jackie O's. Absolutely zero issues giving this a low 4.75 and go 4.7 out of 5. Fucking dynamite. This is an amazing bourbon barrel aged Imperial Stout with vanilla and coffee. And if you like that vanilla coffee combination like I do, then you owe it to yourself to grab this one if you're in Ohio or wherever you see Jackie O's, which we're going to talk about in a second. So price point, availability. Also, I didn't mention anything about, their labels, well, not like crazy or anything, and pretty simplistic. I like the color scheme on this one. You have like the black and gold, and that's always something that I really enjoy. So I just wanted to talk about that. Anyway, price point, availability. I paid $11.99 for this bottle at Red Wine and Brew in Mentor, Ohio. So $12 for, I think this is a 375 milliliter bottle, so 12.7 fluid ounces. It's under $1 an ounce all day, every day, 4.7 out of 5. Even if it was $1 or $2 more, I'd probably be fine with this up to like $15 easily. So I think that's a good price point for what you're getting. And then availability, I don't know what Jackie O's. I just know that whenever I go through Ohio, most places have them that I stop at. They usually have a pretty good selection. Red Wine and Brew had, I think, like 8 to 10 different beers from them. I only picked up 4 because, I didn't want to go crazy. So I'd imagine they get throughout Ohio, maybe, into the Midwest a little bit more. But if you see Jackie O's stuff and you've never had any of their beers and you like barrel-aged stuff, you owe it to yourself to grab some of their beers. They're amazing from what I've had in the past. I've had, numerous barrel-aged beers from them. And this might be one of my favorite from them of what I've had. This is just fucking absolutely phenomenal. The vanilla and coffee works just so well together. It's absurd. So 4.7 out of 5. If you've had this one before or a prior vintage of this one, post in the comment section. Let me know what you think about it. If not, what's your favorite beer from Jackie O's? Is there something I should search out next time I'm passing through Ohio? And if they have it on the shelf, I can easily pick it up or whatever. I'm always up for recommendations. So yeah. Anyway, I have 3 more I'm going to review from them. Probably get to them over the next, 2 or 3 months. Maybe I'll review like 1 a month from them or something like that. But I do have like their Champion Ground, which is basically bourbon barrel aged Imperial Coffee Stout. I have their, what was the other one I picked up from them? 2 more I picked up from them. One was like a blend that's aged for like 2 years in the barrels, which just sounds bonkers to me, but we're going to get to them and maybe some aged ones at some point. Anyway, huge thanks to everybody stopping by for another beer review here in the Beer Patrol. To the next one. Cheers.